Hi scholars, welcome back to APA. I had such fun yesterday recording a little video about using Google Scholar that I thought I would show you all another fun little trick or shortcut that you can use that's free and easily accessible online. I use this quite a lot in my master's program before I really got comfortable with creating APA style references. Now that I'm comfortable with it, I don't really use this website anymore, but it was great in my undergrad and my master's. So let me show you what it is. The website is called Knightcite. So just a minute here. Okay, so the URL is actually kind of long. It's the site is actually hosted by Calvin College, as you can see here on your screen. And the URL is like calvin.edu / a bunch of things. So the easiest way, I think, for you to really get yourself on this website is just to Google Knightcite, okay? Anyway, once you have arrived on Knightcite, you're going to have an option to log in and create an account. I would actually recommend that you do that. Again, I'm not, first of all, sorry, stop. Back up, reverse. I'm not affiliated with this website. None of the websites that I review or show you how to use are anything that I'm affiliated with. So just disclaimer there right now. I'm just a fan. Okay, this is just a fan video. But anyway, if you log into the website, I actually recommend that you create an account because of some of the free features that this site will have. So you can actually save your citations as you go. And then if you're using certain citations over and over again, then you can come back and just get them without having to recreate them. So if you're in a program at school that uses certain books over and over again, like you can see here, I used a health informatics book a lot when this was for my bachelor's degree. And then here I used this Rogers text, which is about a theory of change. I used that kind of a lot in my master's program. So you can actually arrange these with these arrows up and down. They start out, I think the default is alphabetized, but you can take them up and down just to kind of put the ones that you use the most at the top. Okay, so that's kind of like using Knightcite if you use it a lot and you want to save your stuff. But just to kind of go into the basics of using it, the first thing you're going to want to do is to come over here to Citation Styles and pick the one that you want to use. I'm, of course, an APA style person, so I'm going to click on APA and show you that. So down the left-hand swim lane here, you're going to find a lot of different options for the types of citations that you can create. So you can create a basic book citation, encyclopedia, dictionary, etc. Most of the time, your teachers probably are going to want you to be citing journal articles. So we'll skip down to journal article. And you can see that when you are ready to create your citation, what you just need to do is to fill in the blanks. Once you're done filling in the blanks, you're going to click submit and it will just create that citation automatically for you, which is really super fun. And I've got a few disclaimers for you before we do this. But let's go to book, and we're going to start with basic book. I'm going to create a couple of them here, but I'm going to do the fast version. Don't worry, I'm not going to try to bore you here, but here I have a regular book. This is what I think Knightcite is the best for, is stuff that's like not journal articles, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. So if you have something outside of a journal article, I use this a lot for that kind of thing. So here's my book. This is called Make It Stick, and it is by Peter Brown and 2 other people. So I have to look and see, is this something that was like edited or is it an author? So if you're citing the APA manual, it doesn't really have an author. It has an editor or an organization as a creator of that work. But in this case, we have an author. We have 3 authors. So you see that as I change the number to 3, it's going to provide different spaces for me to work with. And of course, I made a typo, Peter, and you do want to go ahead and include the middle initial, and don't put any punctuation in because the citation machine here will just do that for you. And then whatever the other authors are, and my apologies to these other authors, I'm just going to kind of abbreviate here. And that will also, let's say that I misspell McDaniel, okay? So this guy's last name is McDaniel. This is supposed to be Henry somebody, but look, I misspelled Henry. Okay, so I just want you to notice that when I put the information in, I made mistakes. Okay, now the book title is called Make It Stick, The Science of Successful Learning. Okay. And it's the first edition, and I don't have to put everything in here. I just need to put all of the information that I actually have. Here's a fun trick with books. If you have a physical book, there should be a copyright page somewhere towards the front that looks like that, has information that you can use to really fill a lot of this in, like the publishing. Okay, the publishing city or all of that, let's just pretend, you know, for whatever reason that this was done in Kansas City and maybe Missouri or whatever, Kansas City, Kansas. Okay, and let's just say, now sometimes it'll have to load, so you have to give it a second to load, and then published by, let's see, KC Press. I don't know if these are real things. I'm just typing stuff in. The year published, let's say this year, and you can put in your page that you referenced if you like to have page numbers in your reference list. You need to check with your instructor to see what their preferences are, and of course check that APA manual to see if it's required for your particular citation. And this was found directly in print, so I'm going to click Submit. So here's the beauty of Knightcite. What it does is it creates an already formatted reference for me that I've just highlighted there. Now I can right click and copy, and then I can right click and paste it into my Word document or my paper as I'm writing it. Okay, so it's put everything in the right order according to APA rules. So I have my names first, and then the date, and then the title, and then the publishing information, which is super great. This is what I love about this thing. You don't have to try to remember what order everything goes in. The problem comes when you make some errors when you put the information in, because you'll notice that it did not catch my spelling errors. I got the wrong name here. You know, if I don't get the capitalization correct, this is actually not the correct way to capitalize a book in APA style. So if your teacher is a little bit picky on some of those rules, you're still going to miss points because it's not quite right. So it's only as powerful as the information you give it. Now I can do the same thing for a journal article. I can click on journal and I can put in my information there. And you'll notice that it just carried over my book information. So I would just have to eliminate that and start over. Let me show you one other really quick tip. I think I've showed this one time before, but I just think it's really worth its weight in gold. If you go to, let's say, Google Scholar, we did this yesterday, and I find a nice article on catheter infections, and I follow it out to my school, and then I log in with my school, and then I can get into my database. So now here I am in my database, and I have found this article, and I'm ready to cite it. All of the information I need is here, and I can just come over to Knightcite and I can plug it in. Or I can do a little shortcut. A lot of these databases have this thing over to the side that says Cite. So if you click on that and then give it a second, it'll bring up this little box here. And you can scroll through and you can find whatever format you want to cite it in. So here it's an APA format. Now, here's the issue with this. First of all, if I right click and copy and then paste it into my document, it's not like the font might be wrong, or it might bring over some highlighting or weird formatting. So I'd always recommend that you double check your formatting. When you drop it into your document, you know, change the format to merge, put merge formatting. That works really good. The other thing is that you just really do need to kind of put your eyes on it and make sure that it's following the rules. So we've got the author, and then the date, and then the title, and then the publication information. But in the publication information, we have an APA error, and that is that these minor words of and the, we don't capitalize those for journal titles. We would at the beginning, like the Annals of whatever, but in the middle we don't. So Annals of Internal Medicine, that O has to actually be small. So there's an APA error in the citation. So you do need to make sure that you're somewhat familiar with your rules so that you can give them a quick glance over as you're copying them over. But as long as you're mildly comfortable with them, this is a great shortcut and a great way to save time. as you're completing your papers. I hope that you enjoyed that quick tutorial on how to use Knightcite. Again, just Google Knightcite and that'll pull that site up for you. Take your time, kind of fly through that a little bit and experiment. I'd love to hear what you thought of that. And do you know of any other citation websites that you use or shortcuts for trying to organize your reference page? Let me know. I'm trying to gain followers. As of today, I have 0. It's really sad. I did look at my analytics and I had a few people that have looked at my videos. So I appreciate you if you're watching. I would love it if you would do me a favor and become a subscriber to my YouTube channel, or even just click on that thing that says notifications so that you can be notified when I make a new video. I'm trying to gain some followers so that I can just help more people. It's all about kind of helping people and getting the word out. I'd also love the feedback for like what people are interested in hearing about. So let me know. Thanks for watching. See you later.